I wasn't expecting this in Korea. I can imagine many Koreans don't like this.
As a dark tourist, vacations are a way to escape my dull and normal life. My name is Bart Vakkenuchte, a YouTuber from the Netherlands, and I've always been drawn to the stranger side of life. I will follow my curiosity into the world of dark tourism. In South Korea's borderland, danger is always lurking. The enemy is not far away, and the heavily armed military presence is just a small reminder of that.
So 북한 어디에 있어요?
북한은 저기 저
지금
산
볼 수
보이지?
없어요?
지금 여기서 북한은 안 보이지만 저기 집 같은 거 저 초소 보이지? 저기 끝에. 저기가 바로 GOP라는 거야. General Outpost.
But sometimes, the enemy is right underneath the surface. For a dark tourist like me, it is therefore unwise to wander around freely through the forests of Paju.
그래서 실수로 민간인들이 이 지역을 모르고서는 들어가서 발목이 절단돼서 나오는 사람이 굉장히 많습니다. 그래서 여기에 다 위험 표지판이 다 돼 있어요. 그 표지판 안으로 들어가면 큰일 납니다.
Imagine there's a whole area that's like full of mines.
이거 가지고.
기념품?
But interesting because there's a really big tourist attraction. There are some houses here. Here's the road.
And farm.
Yeah, excited. Is that the right emotion to have next to a minefield? I don't know.
A peaceful tomb from an old king seems to be guarded by a fence circling all around the compound. Not to protect the tomb, but to stop people from walking into the minefields. As life can be unfair, there are always the unfortunate ones.
So in the DMZ area itself, sometimes animals, they walk over the mines and then the soldiers see a big explosion.
The natural scenery is beautiful, and that makes it hard to imagine all the horrible things that have happened right here. But this point has been the bottleneck for many conflicts over hundreds of years. The river is so low that the enemy can easily cross to the other side. And guess what? They did.
So this is the weak spot of Seoul City, actually of Korea.
The Korean kingdom of Goguryeo knew this and built a fortress right next to the river to protect its border with the two other kingdoms, Baekje and Silla.
따라해봐. 고구려. 그래서 여기는 고구려의 호로고루 성이다. 그래서 여기 지금 밭가 고구려의 커맨더, 장군으로서 이렇게 하면서 신라를 바라보고 있는 거야.
But years later, the North Koreans and Chinese communists crossed this point with thousands of soldiers during the Korean War.
그러니까 다른 데는 수영을 해서 가야 된다.
다른 지역에는 공병이 투입되지. 그러니까 군대는 수심이 높으면 뭐가 있냐면 공병이라는 게 있잖아. 그래서 부교를 이렇게 넣자. 다리를 탁 놔서 이거는 옛날에 뭐 고구려 시대, 신라 시대 똑같아.
But it doesn't stop there. In 1974, the South Koreans found the first North Korean infiltration tunnel. Again, right at this point.
They found out the first tunnel ever here, this spot.
Because they thought this is the weak spot, so let's find
so
it. There must be something more than...
I start to feel that the beautiful scenery is misleading. And in case of a new conflict, this will be the venue on the invitation card. I like to compare it with the geographical highway between Pyongyang, the capital of North Korea, and Seoul, the capital of the South.
In Korean War, the North Korean brought a lot of tank and they just made it until like Seoul
Yeah.
in 3 days.
So this is just a very weak point. It's
Yeah.
easy to access.
Yeah.
It's the river so low.
북한이니까 이렇게 오는 거지. 이렇게 해서 서울로 가는 거지.
But many of the Chinese and North Koreans never returned. In fact, I was surprised to hear that they are still here.
이거 신기해.
신기하지? 갑자기 딱 그게 생각나는 거야. 밭가 이거 좋아하겠다. 이런 생각이 났어.
At this small cemetery, not far from the river. I wonder how many South Koreans actually know about this.
나도 이거를 보고 깜짝 놀랐어.
그 아직도 이런 유해들이 이렇게 발견이 되나요?
한국군도 유해를 못 찾아서 군 자체로 유해 발굴단이라는 게 있어. 그래서 한국군 우리 전사자들을 계속 찾는 거지.
It is clearly not a striking cemetery. Next to a noisy highway and besides the UN flags, not many other colors. I guess many South Koreans are buried on the North Korean side as well.
I wasn't expecting this in Korea. I can imagine many Koreans don't like this.
여기는 다 돌아간 사람들, 저기는 남아있는 사람들.
This is crazy.
그러니까 이름을 모르니까 시체만 있으니까 북한군 무명인, 강원도 화천군 노당 둔지. 2008년 4월 17일 날 이 유해를 발견했다. 그리고 만약에 이제 명찰이 있으면 거기에 이제 이름을 새겨 넣었는데 거의 다 무명이야.
about war in general, there's always the other side, right? Those people also don't want to fight, but they had to fight. That's the weird irony of war, is that the other side also has families, has children, but it's difficult to emphasize with them. So that's why this place is so controversial and weird. This really amazes me. It's incredible to be at a communist China, North Korean cemetery from the Korean War in South Korea. I expected a lot from the trip today, but not this. And they even have public toilets at a place like this. Come on, the Netherlands, please learn from the Koreans.
But not all bodies here are from the Korean War. In 1968, 31 North Koreans managed to cross the Imjin River.
Imjin incident.
Yes, again, at the same point.
There's many North Korean spy came through this point.
On a secret mission to kill then President Park Chung-hee.
And they were caught by Korean police and they reported from the one woodcutter.
A very brave mission if you ask me, but doomed to fail. 29 died in a shootout and another one was captured. Mr. Kim Shin-jo. Still alive today and now a South Korean citizen and pastor at the church. But unfortunately his family was executed for he was seen as a traitor.
술 올려라.
너치 어려워?
올려라.
올려라? Okay, 너치 올려라.
For 50 years after the Korean War, it was whole was empty. So that's why this whole area is very well preserved. Natures are very well preserved. No touch.
So far the only conclusion I can make is whoever crosses this river with a gun will have no happy ending. Luckily I am just a tourist, not intending to cross the river. My shiny scalp will have no chance to stay unnoticed.
중국군의 글로스터 대대장하고 나머지 병사들이 여기서 최종적으로 포위가 됐어요. 도너츠 모양으로 해갖고.
And not only the Koreans have experienced the horrors of lower Imjin River. During the Korean War, the British UN forces were defending this point against the human wave attacks of the Chinese.
총을 쏘다 총알이 다 떨어지니까 후퇴하게 되는 거야. 탄보다도 중국군이 더 많은 거야.
A few hundreds of Brits against thousands of Chinese. But they kept the line long enough.
얘는 영국군 풍습이 성 조지의 날은 아무것도 안 한다고 그래요. 그러면서 이 풍악을 울리면서 이 성가를 부르고 또 나팔을 불었다고 그래요. 근데 중공군들이 그거를 정확하게 기다리고 있던 거야. 성 조지의 날에 얘네들이 아무것도 안 한다는 거야. 성가가 울리고 나팔 소리가 울릴 때 일제히 공습을 가해서 애워 쏴버린 거야.
I can't stop thinking about the movie 300, where just a few Spartans were outnumbered by the Persians.
그 한번 상상을 한번 해봐라고. 내 앞에 나는 혼자인데 앞에 한 2,000명이 이렇게 오고 있어.
와, 무서워요, 아니요?
무서운 거지.
Seriously, it must have been a fucking scary time, don't you think?
Yeah.
Imagine you're sitting here and then all those zombie communists are coming at you.
Yeah.
Ah,
And maybe that's why I like dark tourist destinations. They speak so well to your imagination.
I consider myself a dark tourist.
I felt like I have watched a movie of the past and learned about the true horrors happened within a few acres of land. But to the South Koreans, this place is still reality.
I think it's funnier than just normal tourism.
Yeah?
Yeah, because you can learn a lot first of all, and it's not typical. So I think I like it.
Here, the history never closes chapter. Maybe this river will be read again in the future.
This is the first episode.
여러분 구독 많이 해주시고 구독 누르면 나중에 내가 책 보내줄게.
뭐라고? Oh, by the way, he's a book writer. His new book is 대머리 혁명.
저는 마이클 창이자 메이저 창입니다.